everybody, and welcome back in the channel. In my last video I talked about my 2022 plans and expectations about wildlife photography and of course this channel. And I made a poll for you in the community section when you told me that you were interested in videos about behind the scene. So in today's video I'm going to begin a new series about that, the behind the scene, yes. As you know, I'm really fond about wildlife photography and I'm trying to do my best for giving you always good videos, or I hope so. I never quit to thank you for your support, but I still need it. So if you are interested in wildlife photography and landscape photography as well, please stay with me and keep on to support me. Subscribe in the channel because for me it's really important. So thanks and let's crack on. This is the picture whose I want to talk about. Seemingly, it's a normal photo. I mean, there is a bird flying somewhere, maybe a rock with unhappy background, unfortunately, I have to say. But yes, there is a but, because under the picture there are months of work in the field, and I want to tell you how I got it. But another thing whose I want to talk about is something about this awesome bird of prey. The common kestrel. Here, the common kestrel is pretty common, as its name says. The common kestrel, or with its scientific name Falco tinunculus, maybe. From Latin, it's a small bird of prey belonging to Falconidae family. They measure about 30 to 39 centimeters from head to tail, with a wingspan from 65 to 82 centimeters. Females are bigger than males, and another difference is that males have a blue grey cap and tail instead of females that are basically brown. The common kestrel is a skilled hunter. Yes, during the breeding season they can hunt a prey every 20 or 30 minutes for their chicks. It's incredible, isn't it? The common kestrel, also known as European kestrel or Eurasian kestrel, lives mostly in Europe, Asia and Africa, and in some small other parts of the world, so it isn't so common despite its name. Having said that, I hope you are curious to know how I got that picture. Okay, first of all, I took it at 840mm of focal length because I was using the 1.4 teleconverter with the Sony 600G lens and the Sony A9. The shutter speed is 1 to 4000 of seconds and the diaphragm is f9 with an ISO value of 1250. Of the technical question, now I'm going to show a Google Maps portion just to understand where is the cliff where they made the nest. As you can see, that is the cliff. Unfortunately, we can't understand that there is a cliff watching from top, but trust me, there is, and the top is about 13 meters high. The nest is about 2 meters from the top, so quite difficult to reach for other predators, like foxes. But not for other birds. In fact, in that cliff live many other birds, mostly jackdaws and grey crows, but sometimes I saw ravens as well. Before to figure out where the kestrel would have made the nest, I had to watch it for a long time with binoculars, and in some cases with a spotting scope. By the way, I made some short videos where you can see those moments, even though I think they are not really interesting. But if you want, you can click the link above. As I said before, the purpose of watching with the binoculars from far was to understand where they would have made the nest. As you know, raptors make the nest quite always in the same place, if they can, of course. This couple of kestrel have been living in that cliff for many years, but they made their nest not always in the same point. The problem is that sometimes they get in trouble by other birds, like ravens once, so they use different parts of the cliff where there are other holes where to stay. In a situation like that, it's almost impossible to see the kestrel, apart from another spot. But it's too easy to reach for other prey, and humans as well. Fortunately for them, the spot is often used by other birds, and unfortunately for rock climbers. Yes, because in the cliff there are rock climbing routes, and just in the breeding season there are many climbers. Anyway, I was lucky and they chosen the best nest for them and for me. To photograph the kestrel in the nest is really difficult, and it would be easy to get them in trouble, because you'd stay at the top of the cliff and you'd be visible because there isn't a place where to hide. So my only chance was to look for another spot. The only place was a tree on the top side of the map. Fortunately, the tree isn't so big and it was easy to move some branch and to cut some others, just to have quite room inside to put the tripod and of course myself. In those days, before making the first try, I had to work a lot in the tree. During the while, I kept on to check the situation. Yes, my doubt was that all that activity near the nest might have some impact for the kestrel. But fortunately, it didn't happen. So when I saw that the couple of kestrel was going every day in the nest, I planned the first try, but you can watch it clicking the link above. Speaking about equipment, I used the Sony A9 with a Sony 2600G lens and the 1.4 teleconverter, just to feel better the frame. Then I used a remote control for avoiding any shake of the camera. The tripod was laid on the tree branches, so every my small motion would be amplified, so the reason to use the remote control. Then I didn't use any other particular stuff, just some food and water to drink. Ah no, I was forgetting clothes. Yes, because going there when it was still dark in early morning was pretty cold, and it was better to wear at least a jacket over a sweater. And I had to use my camouflage jacket and hood, just to be visible as little as possible. As it happened, despite I was inside the tree, I prefer to stay in the safe side, so I used camouflage stuff. Just about it, I made a video that I think it might be interesting. Okay, I think I've spoken too much. Now it's time to watch the photo. Okay, now that you know everything, you can watch the picture with a different eye and you can understand how much difficult it was to take it. The biggest issue was to have bird in focus when it arrives at the nest, but having the hole on the nest not perfectly visible, I tried at the beginning to use the manual focus. The first shots were out of focus, so I tried to use the real-time tracking system of the camera, hoping to catch the kestrel. In some shots I was more lucky, but they were still out of focus, because the tracking system couldn't recognize the bird in flight so quickly, and mostly suddenly. So I changed the focus area using the zone, and yes, I got it. Finally the camera could follow the kestrel, and these pictures are the results. Also, in the other photography days, I used that focus area and I got a lot of pictures, apart with the young kestrel when they were on the rock. Very well, for now it's all. I hope you enjoy watching this video, and if you have some questions, please write them in the comment section below. I'll be really glad to answer you. Okay guys, thanks again, I hope to see you really soon. Bye bye.